Hello yogis, in today's class we're going to begin lying down on our backs. So just slowly make your way into your back, just straightening out the legs. If you do have a strap, a belt or a scarf, please grab it, otherwise if you don't it's okay. Not compulsory. Okay, and then just relaxing on your back, softening the shoulders, letting the toes just relax, releasing the fingers. Feel the fingers naturally curling and taking a nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose, sighing it out through the mouth. And just one more time, in through the nose and really letting it go on the exhale. And then just allowing the breath to flow at its normal rhythm, which should be deep and slow. In today's class, paying some emphasis on those exhales. Really visualize letting go on each exhale. Feeling lighter on each inhale. And just listening to the sound of that exhale. The feeling of the inhale and the softness of the pose. And then softly opening out your eyes, hugging the right knee into your chest, gently engaging that left leg so you're internally rotating that left thigh muscle. So the top of the left foot is facing up, not collapsing to the side. Slide tuck in the chin to lengthen the back of the neck. And just softening all the muscles in your face. Pointing or flexing the toes. And straightening out the leg. Reaching whatever you can reach with the leg as straight as possible. Or grabbing your strap or scarf or belt, wrapping it around the ball of the foot. And straightening out the leg. As you bend the elbows out to the sides, squeezing the leg towards you, resting your head down. Lots of space between the shoulders and the ears. And breathe. Maybe you can crawl the fingers high up the belt or just hold the pose. No force, still warming up. Only thing we force in yoga is the breath. And then holding the belt in your left hand, so opposite hand to foot, and try to straighten out the leg to the side, so across the body, relaxing the shoulders down, just gazing up towards the ceiling. It's okay if there's a bend in your knee, but try to straighten the leg. Twisting with the upper body. And just noticing where the stretch is. The glute, the back of the leg, the hamstrings and calf. And then slowly changing sides, so grabbing the bolt in the opposite hand, so right hand to right leg, shifting if you need to, and then opening the leg nice and wide, straightening the leg if you can, pressing the left hip down into the mat. And then looking in the opposite direction. So if the leg's falling to the right, look to the left. And lifting the legs straight up to the ceiling. Holding the belt in both hands. Lifting the forehead towards the shin and the shin towards the forehead. And relaxing the head down, moving the belt to the side but still handy. Nearby, hugging your left knee into your chest as we change sides, drawing those shoulders down, ironing out the spine and noticing if there's any tightness in your hips. Take a cleansing breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Emphasis on that letting go. Exhale. And then either just straightening the leg, holding whatever you can reach onto, or using your belt, wrapping around the ball of the foot and squeezing the leg towards you. Elbows out to the sides. Don't lose awareness in the right toes. Making those adjustments in the pose as you go deeper. And just start to feel the body opening up softly, gently. Moving into the poses with kindness. Holding the belt in one hand, so right hand to left foot. Just adjusting yourself on your mat to bring the leg all the way across. Eventually you'll want to have the toes in line with your eyes. And then working the shoulders down, looking up to the ceiling. Working on getting the legs straight and not holding the breath. And slowly moving over to the other side, holding the belt in your left hand, adjusting yourself if you need to, depending on how much space you have around you, straightening out the left leg to the side. So feel the hips really opening up in this pose, relaxing the shoulders down and just looking up to the ceiling. Deep breaths into the hips area. And releasing the belt from the foot and just moving the belt to the sides. Coming into a happy baby pose, so bend the knees, flexing the toes. Imagine you balancing plates on top of the feet, so you don't want the plate to fall off. Elbows on the insides of the knees, hands on the outsides of the feet. If you can't reach the feet, it's okay for your elbows to come onto the outside. If you still can't reach the feet, you can hold onto the calves, the back of the knees, the back of the thighs, that's fine, or the ankles. Otherwise, elbows on the inside, hands on the outside, flex the toes, bend the knees, open the hips out, creating this L shape in the legs with the ankle stacked over the knee. Lower back pressing down. Breathe. And then just slowly try to straighten the legs out to the sides and bend the knees back into your happy baby. And just connecting the breath, inhaling and exhaling on each movement, straightening and bending the knees. Again, it's okay if you're not holding the outer edges of your feet, just what you can reach onto, moving into your happy baby and straightening the legs out to the sides. Try to breathe in and out through your nose throughout the practice, unless your nose is blocked. But you can take those cleansing breaths through the mouth at any time. And then hugging both knees into your chest. Holding the back of your thighs and rocking yourself up to seated, opening your legs nice and wide to either side of the mat. And engaging the quads, flexing the toes and lengthening the spine and the neck. And then just drawing these half circles, so dropping the chest down, moving from one side to the other. Try to keep the back as straight as possible. Connecting the breath, drawing the belly in and up towards the diaphragm. And notice what the toes are doing. Don't let them lean inwards or outwards. And feel that tilt in the pelvis as you tilt forward. Imagine you're pouring a bowl of water out. So tipping the pelvis forwards and then neutralizing. And then reaching one hand towards your foot, Opposite arm over the head. For this one, you can point the toes. Feel the side body stretch. And then moving over to the other side. Feel your chest opening up as you gaze up to the ceiling. And just connecting the breath, moving over one side to the other. Deep breaths in and out. Really feel that side body stretch in this flow. And just one more time on each side. And relax. Toes up. Taking a nice deep breath in. On the exhale, slide the hands down towards your ankles. Again, tilting the pelvis forwards. Keep the toes up, chest open, looking down towards the ground. Quads engaged to the top of your thighs. Crown of the head moving forwards. Notice if your stomach's sticking out, just gently drawing it in and up. And slowly coming up. Crossing your legs, we're placing your right knee first, directly in front, so the knee is stacking over your hip, and then step that left leg over for Gomukhasana, cow face legs. So try to get your knees stacked on top of each other, the knife edge of your feet down, leveling the toes, so either the toes are close to the front of the mat, or your heels are close to your sides, whatever variation is more accessible for you. And then try to lower the hips down to keep your hips level, holding the ankles, lengthening the spine, pushing the head gently back between the shoulders. Emphasis on those exhales. Really feel those belly breaths, not just breathing in the chest. And then just guiding the top knee up, so your left knee up towards the ceiling and the foot down towards the ground. For half Lord of the Fish, using your right inner crease of the elbow to squeeze the knee in, or bringing the elbow all the way across over the knee, fingers pointing up. Reaching back behind you, fingertips down or hand flat. Just keep the back straight as you look over your left shoulder. Again, twisting in the upper body, try to level the hips, get both glutes down. And release, changing sides for Gomukhasana legs. So the left knee is straight, in line with your hip bones. Step the right foot over. Try to stack your knees over each other. Knife edge of your feet down, toes flexed, and just holding onto the ankles, leveling the hips. Draw the belly in and up, Uddiyana Bandha. As you exhale, squeezing the belly in towards your spine and up towards the diaphragm. And bringing yourself back to the breath, letting go of all that doesn't serve you right now. And then lifting that top knee up, grounding that right foot down, squeezing the knee into your chest for that spinal twist and a half, Lord of the Fish, or bring the elbow across the knee, fingertips pointing up. Try avoid flexing the wrist like this. I see this a lot in the classes. Try to keep your fingers nicely in line with the wrists as you look over your right shoulder. Think of that straight line through the spine, lifting the crown up to the ceiling. And release, bring your knees together. So I'd like you to try and stand with either your heels close towards you without using your hands on the ground, knees out to the sides, reaching the arms forward between the legs. So the heels need to be as close as possible. If I just move my feet a few centimeters forwards, There's no ways I can get up. So try stepping those feet nice and close. Reach the arms forward, ground the feet, lift the bum, and stand. Give it a few tries. If you don't come right after the few tries, then you can use your hands, but try first. Okay, standing towards the front end of your mat, palms together into your chest. Surya Namaskara C. So feet hip width apart. Draw the tailbone down, belly in, chest open, shoulders back. Inhale, reaching the arms up and back, lifting the chest, looking between the hands, engaging your thighs and your glutes. Exhale, palms together, forward fold. Move the forehead close to the shins, hands either side of the feet. Bend your knees if you need to get the hands down. And try to bring the forehead towards your shins, then straighten out the legs. Feel the kneecaps lifting up, quads lifting up, glutes lifting up. Bending your knees, stepping the right foot back, lower the back knee and tuck your back toes. Inhale, reaching your arms up and back, palms together, lifting the chest, gazing up towards the hands. Exhale, palms down. Step back to your plank. 8-point chaturanga, so knees, chest and chin. Keep your hips lifting like a cat-cow pose where you drop the belly, lift the hips. Look forward, bend the elbows, get the chest and the chin down with your elbows in at your sides. Pull the hands towards you as you slide onto your belly and tuck the toes. Inhale, cobra. Keep the elbows bent in at your sides. Gently engage the glutes, feet hip width apart, gazing forward. Exhale, lower the chest. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, down dog. Deep breaths, armpits turning to face your toes. Looking between the legs or the navel. And stepping the right leg forward. Drop the left knee down and tuck the left toes. Inhale, arms up and back, lifting the chest. Make sure that the front knee isn't too far over the toes. Crawling the toes forwards if you need to. Exhale, hands down, tuck the back toes, step back to your down dog, lifting your hips. Lowering down knees, chest, chin. Keep your hips up, bend the elbows in at your sides, pull forwards. Onto your belly, inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. So you can either lower the chest first or straight from cobra. You can tuck the toes, lift the hips, work the heels down. Up onto your toes, bending the knees, look forward, walk or float to the front. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms all the way up and back. Lifting the chest. Exhale, palms together into the chest. And that's one variation of Surya Namaskara C. There are quite a few different variations of A, B, C, all of the Surya Namaskaras. That's just one fun one that I really like to do for body workout. Opening your legs nice and wide. Turning your right toes out to the sides. And then coming into your warrior two pose, hips forwards, stacking that right knee over the ankle, back toes facing forwards, arms out to the sides, palms down, and looking to the right. Try to sink your hips down a little further. Challenge yourself to get the thigh parallel to the mat without sacrificing that alignment in your hips. Try not to stick the bum out, arching the back. And lowering the right hand down to the inside of your right leg. Resting the shoulder against the knee. Open the chest, reach that left arm straight up, looking up towards the ceiling. Pushing the hips forward, moving the shoulders back. And then looking down towards the ground, going in for your bind. So get the shoulder as low as possible so you can hook the arm underneath the leg, so underneath where the back of the knee is. Taking that left arm behind you, interlocking the fingers together. Breathe. And holding this pose, or stepping the back foot forwards. If you need to take a few steps, that's okay. If you need to release the arm to bring the leg forwards, that's also okay. And then grounding into your left foot, slowly lifting that right leg up towards the ceiling. Changing your focus to look forward as you come up. Really take your time with this pose. You can also use a belt behind your back if you can't get the hands to interlock. Moving the shoulders back, straightening the standing leg. And breathe, bird of paradise. Holding this pose or trying to straighten out that right leg to the side. And to come out of the pose with control, lowering the foot down first, releasing your hands, and slowly rolling the spine up. Take a nice cleansing breath as you get to the top. Take as many cleansing breaths as you need to. And then turning to face the front as we move over to the other side. Warrior 2, open the left toes out to the side, back toes facing forward. Straighten the back leg, bend the front leg, knee over ankle, hips open, shoulders open. Soft shoulders leveling out the arms, sink into the hips. Weight to the outer edge of your back foot and looking to the left. Notice what the front knee is doing. If you need to adjust it to stay over the ankle. Torso straight, so not leaning forwards or back. You should feel if this area is crooked. Straighten it out. Lowering the left hand down. Wrist under shoulder, shoulder into knee. Reaching that right arm straight up. Check your back toes are still facing forwards. Straightening that right leg. And holding this pose or going in for the bind, dropping your shoulder, scooping that left arm underneath, interlocking the hands together. Using the belt if you need to. Holding here, hopping or releasing to get that back foot to the front. Try with your bind first. If you need to take a few steps, go for it. Just give it a bash. And then grounding the right foot, lifting the left leg. Slowly, with control. If you fall, just laugh it off. Come back in. And noticing if one side feels different to the other. Knowing it's okay that you're working on progress, not perfection. Holding this pose. Or straightening the standing leg, the right leg. And slowly coming out the pose the same way you came in. Release, relax. Stand, cleansing breath. Closing the eyes, focusing on the space between the eyes. Palms together into your chest, bending the knees, sink the hips all the way down to a toe balance. Lift the heels, knees in line with your hips, shoulders back. And then just gently relaxing down, turning to face me. Compass pose, now that we're all warmed up. So bending your right knee, lifting your left knee pointing up to the ceiling. Take your left arm underneath, so you want to, like you're wearing your leg as a backpack, you want to get the shoulder down like we did with the bind, to get the leg up as high as you can. And then your opposite arm, so the right hand's going to go over the head, holding the outside of the foot. And you're using this left arm just to press. You can do it with the elbow bent or straight. Slowly trying to straighten out the leg as best as you can. Opening the chest, gazing up towards the ceiling. Breathe. For this pose, you can use your belt, and instead of holding the outer edge of the foot, you hold onto the belt, just wrap it around the ball of the foot, getting that left arm on the inside, and just slowly pulling the legs straight. Keep the chest open, straightening out the back, and breathe. Then with the belt, you'll slowly start to get the hand closer to the foot until you can do it without. So try to lift that leg up as high as you can, just breaking it down for you again, onto the shoulder, or as close as. Straighten out that arm, fingertips down, holding the outside of the foot with your right hand, and slowly straightening the leg out to the side or straight up towards the ceiling, 2 different variations, and breathe. And then slowly coming down. What we do on one side, we must do on the other. Changing sides, so bending into your left knee. Trying to get your right leg as high onto the shoulder as you can. Once it's up there, opposite arm, so left arm to hold the outside of the foot. Using that right arm to straighten out underneath the leg. And then slowly trying to straighten the leg out, opening the chest. And either looking forwards or up to the ceiling. Breathe. And just accept wherever you are in the pose. And slowly come down. Well done. Cleansing breath. And just rolling the neck. Nice big slow circle. Changing the direction. Coming onto your shins, or if that's not comfortable for you, if there's pain in the knees, then you can stay cross-legged. Otherwise, sitting on your shins and the back of your heels. If you have a belt, you can use your belt. This is a great shoulder, chest opening stretch. I'll turn to the side just so you can see. You can either, if you don't have a belt or anything like it, palms together, bend the elbows. Try not to let the elbows move out to the sides. Keep them quite close to the head, sending the hands back. Feel the lift in the chest. So the arch in the spine is there, and there's more of a back bend in the upper body than the lower body. And breathe. If you have a belt, you can hook it around the feet, just so that it stays there. Grab onto one strap on each side. Keep your elbows in. Slowly crawling the hands further down, lifting the chest. Lift the chin gaze up to the ceiling. Breathe. And every now and then just seeing if you can move deeper into the pose without any force or pain. And relax. Moving the belt to the side. Crossing the feet, rocking over the feet. Just straighten out the legs. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, forward fold from the waist. Bend the knees if you need to keep your back straight, rather than just trying to get your forehead down, hunching the shoulders. Keep your back straight. Again, if you have your belt, use the belt. Lengthen and straighten the spine and the neck. Breathe. Quads are engaged. Internally rotating your thighs towards each other. And if you don't need the belt, just softly holding the feet, not pulling onto the feet, or if you can hold one of your wrists. Breathe. And release, reaching your arms forwards. Make sure there's enough space behind you to lower yourself down with control, slower than you'd like to. All the way down. And relax. while using your core to press the lower back down into the mat, palms pressing down, shoulders down. Float the legs up, keep the legs straight, just straight up towards the ceiling. Pointing the toes, slowly floating them down. Again, focus on using the core, pressing that lower back down so you can't place your hands underneath. And again, floating the feet up. Firing up the core, flexing the toes this time. And again, slowly with control, lowering the legs down. And slowly with control up. And slowly down. And relax, bottoms of your feet together, knees out to the sides, holding your elbows over the head, Supta Baddha Konasana. One of my favorite poses. Deep breath in through the nose, side out through the mouth, emphasis on that exhale and letting go. As many times as you need to. This is your practice. Have fun with it. Embrace it and enjoy it. And then relaxing the arms to your sides. Placing the right leg over the left, so just guiding that, using your foot to guide the outside of your left knee across for a spinal twist, or you can just cross your legs normally. So shifting yourself onto your right side so it's comfortable. Looking to the left, so you're looking in the opposite direction your knees are facing. Try to enjoy the pose without the effort of trying. Just breathe into it, soften the muscles on the face, maybe crack a smile. And changing sides, placing the left foot over the right leg, just guiding it across and looking towards the right. And releasing the leg, rolling onto your back, hugging both knees into your chest when relieving pose. Softening the toes. Drawing circles with the knees to massage the back. Changing the direction. And then finding that stillness as you bring the forehead towards the knees, just squeezing it in. And releasing for Shavasana. So traditionally Shavasana will be in corpse pose, just legs straight out, feet relaxed to the sides, palms at your sides facing up, closing the eyes. But you can be in whatever pose is comfortable for you. If there's any pain in your lower back, bend the knees just to gently press the lower back down. If you have a bolster, you can place it underneath your back. You can have your lower back, which is also great. Or bottoms of your feet together, knees out to the sides. So just finding that pose that's comfortable for you. Closing the eyes and just connecting in with your breath, with the body. Scanning from head to toe, just slowly working through, noticing how each part of the body is feeling. Emphasizing those exhales and letting go of all that's not serving you right now. Not letting anything disturb your peace. Knowing that everything is temporary. These obstacles you might be facing right now, won't be there forever. And try not to let them consume you. And you can stay here for as long as you like. Or you can bring movement to the fingers and the toes, squeezing the knees into your chest, and slowly rolling onto your side as you meet me in seated. Hope you enjoyed the practice today. Namaste.